Hey guys, Tyler here from GarageWarrior.com, your #1 resource for hard-hitting home workouts and living the warrior lifestyle. So last time we covered basically step 1 in how you're going to get from not being able to do a handstand to achieving a perfect handstand, all right? And step 1 really involves learning how to use your hands to generate balance and getting the perfect body position so that you're well prepared to go kick up against a wall for your first handstand and then eventually move it to a free standing handstand. Okay, so just to recap, here's the things you needed to do in step 2. First, you need to understand how to use your fingertips as your balancers. Okay, so crimp the fingers and press into the fingertips like that. From there, you need to learn how to do a good body position, right? So we're going to do hollow position holds or plank position holds just to learn how to feel that core tension, right, while you're going to be in that handstand. Okay, so then to throw it all together, we need to learn 2 different sequences. One is first to master crimping the fingers and holding the frog stand position. And the other is to learn how to kick up to a headstand against the wall and hold. Right? Once those 2 positions feel good, then we learn how to roll over. So head down, learn how to roll, just in case we overbalance in our freestanding headstand. And then we work on kicking up to a freestanding headstand and eventually coming from a frog stand to a headstand and then back down to a frog stand using the strength of your wrist to find your balance. So, you shouldn't even be starting the next series of exercises until you can do at least 5 frog stand to headstands to build up your strength of your wrist, your body position, your core strength, and your awareness of how to do a handstand. If you've done 5 of those, then it's time we can move you back forward to doing more handstand work. So it starts with the back against the wall handstand. And you're going to use your hands the same way you did during the headstand, during the frog stand. You're going to bring them about 3 to 4 inches away from the wall, crimp the fingers. We don't want to go too wide with our grip. I never want your arms to be out here. They should be right underneath your shoulders, all right? Keeping the elbows locked in the same sprinter stance. What you're going to do is bring your right heel towards the wall as you press off the ground with your left heel. Or you can do it the opposite if it feels more comfortable. But keeping the elbows locked, press, and hold. Keeping your head tucked. I don't want to see you looking down at your hands like that, because that promotes a back bend like this. And for right now, I want to work on getting that full pressed out position. Everything's tight. And you can start working your way away from the wall. Okay? So, get to the point where you can hold a back against the wall handstand for about 60 seconds before you try the next variation of the handstand that's really going to work your position much, much more. Okay? So 60 seconds, you can start to ease your heels away from the wall. You can start to put your body in a better position by squeezing your stomach muscles and pressing your shoulders out and back, trying to get that straight line. So if you have a video camera like this, just put it to the side and watch yourself and see if you can achieve a much straighter line than you did last time. The straighter, the better, okay? Once you've done the back against the wall handstand and you can hold that for a minute, it's time to do a face the wall handstand and work on holding that for a minute, okay? Before you get started with the face-to-wall handstand, I like to teach somebody a rollout from a handstand, okay? So you're going to walk your feet up the wall. Once you get to a comfortable spot, you're going to tuck your chin and just roll out. So it looks like this. You're going to walk your feet up, and then slowly come down, tuck your chin, and roll out. This is important because if you lose your strength, if you start to get a little lightheaded, you have to be able to come out of that handstand safely. And if, again, you try to fall directly into a bridge and you're not well prepared for that movement, you can't end up hurting yourself, okay? So, when you're ready to do the face-the-wall handstand and you practice your rollouts a few times, then it's time to start working on holding that position, and that's going to really help you focus on that core and that good body line, okay? So come up to the point where your hands are as close as you can get them to the wall, tuck your chin, press out from your shoulders, keep your core tight, and then you're going to try to find a little bit of balance just bringing your toes off the wall and holding that position. Here's what that looks like. Hands come down, walk your hands towards the wall, point the toes, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core, and then find a little bit of balance. Again, your goal should be to hold that position for about a minute. Once you're able to hold the face-the-wall handstand for a minute, and you're finding glimpses of that freestanding balance, then you can start working towards holding a full handstand. Now, I've been doing this on a nice soft foam mat because when you roll out, it's nice to have carpet or a nice soft foam mat. But when you're practicing your handstands at first, having a soft surface is not the best way to go. So I do not recommend practicing on grass, sand, carpet, or anything like that. Let me show you what I recommend practicing on. If you get yourself a piece of 3/4 inch plywood around the corners, right? And use this as a handstand practice board, okay? This is going to help you guys get a perfect position in the handstand because when you can use your hands a little bit better, it gives you much better balance. So, we're going to start the basic style of getting into a handstand. Just like we worked on the wall, we're going to kick up the same way we did that time, all right? And we're just going to try to get into a good position and hold. Now, when you're first starting handstands, it's important not to hold it when you have a bad position, okay? So if you kick up and you start to roll over, you have to take a step with your hands, it's okay to just come down. What we want to practice is your perfect position. And so sometimes it's good to go between kicking up to a handstand and then holding a face-to-wall handstand, then holding a back-to-wall handstand, just to let your body learn that perfect position over and over again. If you kick up and you stumble around every single time, you're not actually going to get anywhere because your body is not remembering what a perfect position feels like. So focus on the perfect position, that's my point. So hands go on the blocks, right? Just like we're kicking up to a regular handstand, we press the fingers into there, we get into our kick-up position. Let me see if I can pull a good one out of the hat on the first try, right? So pressing out from the shoulders, not being all lax here, pressing out from the shoulders, we kick up, and we hold. We try to achieve a good line. We hold for time, and when we're ready, you can bring your knees in and come down under control. All right? Over time, that will be more comfortable. Like I said, if you start to slip out and do these things, then just roll out or take a step to the side and cartwheel down. All right? Getting a perfect handstand is not a quick thing. It is not going to be a 6-minute fix or anything like that. But the trick is consistency, okay? If you literally came in here and worked on handstands at your house, let's say 3 to 5 days a week for 10 minutes per time, I don't see any reason why most of you can't get into a perfect handstand position like that in 6 months or less, okay? So if you really want to achieve a handstand, watch the first video, master that frog stand to headstand move, then start working on the back against wall handstand until you can hold it for a minute, then the face to wall handstand until you can hold it for a minute, also getting periods where you can bring your feet off the wall and hold it for 10 or so seconds, right? And then start practicing kicking up the handstand, and it can also help to have a spotter right there to kind of stop you and find that perfect balance position. But if you guys follow this progression, you will achieve a perfect handstand, all right? So for more awesome bodyweight exercises, all kinds of crazy information about fitness and things you can do at home, go to garagewarrior.com or you can click the link below. Thanks, you guys.